Here's another problem that you will run into every once in a while, and that is, of course, a nice area at the end of the handrail where you can hook your purse onto or a piece of your clothing. Now, this is not a good thing. Whenever you have a piece of the handrail protruding out or sticking up, like the picture here, you can just imagine the things that can get hooked onto these. Now again, if you've never had a problem walking down a set of stairs and having something like this grab you, consider yourself lucky. I don't carry a purse, and I've got hooked on these things quite a few times. Now I do have to say this, when I'm wearing my nail bags, my construction apron or whatever you want to call it, and I'm walking up and down stairs, I can't believe how many times I get caught on something like this. So yes, these little things can create big problems for people walking down the stairs and should not be there. And there are certain building codes that will not allow you to build your handrails like these, or to even have items protruding into the stairway, like from the wall or from the handrail. So, something like this was probably built without a building code, a building inspector. It was never approved by the city. Maybe they just rebuilt it and that was the end of that. But I doubt if something like this would have been approved within the past 5 years if it was built. That would shock me. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it would shock me. Now, what about this picture on the wall? I don't think something like this would be a problem as long as there isn't any glass in it. So again, a picture like this, could you get hooked on it? Yeah, trust me. You could, and there's actually a light switch. I'm going to zoom in here, and you can see there's a light switch on the other side of the painting. I don't really care how small it is. I've seen people get hooked on this stuff, and when you get hooked on it, it will stop you, and if you're not prepared for it, it's going to jerk you back, and of course there is a possibility of actually falling down the stairs and becoming injured. So anything you can do to prevent an accident in the construction of anything, the better off you're going to be. Now this thing right here, if it had glass in it, you're talking about someone who could, and I'm just going with a possibility here of could, I'm going to use the word could, you could fall up against this thing and break it, and then of course you've got glass all over your stairway. So is that a big deal? Am I making a mountain out of a molehill? Well, I could be, but if you're the person who maybe you're hammered, you're walking up these stairs and you've just spent 4 hours at the bar, football game, whatever, and you hit something like this and it breaks and you fall down into the glass, you're going to be wishing that this picture wasn't there. So mountain out of a molehill, maybe, but if you've seen as many problems as I have with things like these, you wouldn't even think about hanging them on the wall. So just consider some of the stuff I'm saying. That's all I'm asking. Consider this stuff. If you think it's going to be a problem, get rid of it, fix it, make the repairs, and save yourself some heartache in the future.